Starfield is coming out very, very soon. Obviously, early access starts September 1st, and it'll be available to everybody who has Game Pass on September 6th. So it's coming soon, and we've got the Metacritic scores and just a review embargo in general dropping on the 31st of this month. So everything is coming together very, very soon, and I am excited for Starfield because I'm curious to see what they've done with this game, being the time that they've put into it. But I think there's a lot that comes with that as well, and I want to jump into all those details. But before we do that, if you could show your support by hitting that like button, subscribe if you're new, and share the video to keep everybody informed. Now let's talk about this. I really feel like Starfield needs to be an excellent game. Number one, first and foremost, I feel like it needs to be excellent for Xbox's sake. It cannot be just good. And there are like a ton of reasons why that is the case, but most importantly, it's because of the lack of consistent quality that we've gotten from Team Xbox. On top of that, they've gone out and they've bought all these studios, and still the output seems to be lackluster. And I want to visit these statistics that just came out today about the PS5 selling 5% more than the PS4 in the same time, but the Xbox Series lagging behind the Xbox One by 10% in the same time. And you gotta remember that they also have the Series S, a cheaper box, and they have Game Pass, and they have bought more studios, and yet still lagging 10% behind the Xbox One. So it's not a good sign. And part of that reason is the lack of good games. They have not been putting out good games consistently, and that can't even be argued. Like, that's just a fact of the matter, right? Obviously, you know, Hi-Fi Rush, I praised it a lot. That is a good game. The Forza series is great as well. Halo Infinite was a complete flop in my eyes. Still don't understand how it got an 87 on Metacritic, being that it butchered the story of Halo. Just did a terrible, terrible job. So I feel like, you know, when it comes to Xbox's consistency and output, it hasn't been good. You know, especially when you think recently with Redfall being a major flop, it just doesn't look good for Team Xbox. And when you see these statistics, it continues to show that the problem that they have has been impacting them down to their sales to be even worse than the Xbox One. You have to remember, the Xbox One was a complete disaster of a launch, and on top of that, it really, really impacted Microsoft and Xbox and the brand overall. And the only way for Xbox to turn this ship around is by doing what? Creating great experiences, great games that people are just gonna look at that brand and that platform and be like, man, I gotta play these games, and they're only available on Xbox Game Pass. So that's the only way that they really make a difference here. And that is my point in saying why Starfield needs to be fantastic. It cannot just be good. It cannot be okay. It needs to be excellent. It needs to be a 90+. It needs to be a must-play game amongst games that are just coming out in abundance as must-play titles this year. So you got to remember, what I'm saying is not unreasonable. It's very reasonable that Xbox has launched a next-generation console for years now, and they have not shown much. And that kind of leads me to our next point, which is Phil Spencer says they will be launching 4 first-party games a year, and this likely includes multiplayer games as well. So think like Call of Duty, for example. Say this deal goes through, you know, they launch a new COD. They're going to count that as one of their first-party titles, naturally, assuming the whole deal goes through, which it's looking like it very well will. I don't think that that's not going to happen. But yes, Phil Spencer saying launching 4 first-party games a year, and that's a bold statement, and a lot of people would get excited about this and say, yes, you know, Xbox, finally, they're doing their thing. They're dropping first-party titles. They're going to be doing it consistently. Yes, I agree. That's great news. But as always, it matters quality, right? If we get 4 Redfalls a year, is that any good? Or are we talking about 4 Hi-Fi Rushes, you know, Forza level games, Gears of War level games? These are different type of games. These are good games. If we're getting something like that, that's a different story. So for me, I remain unconvinced. I want to see more from Xbox. I want to see Phil Spencer follow up on his words, you know, because he makes a lot of promises. Team Xbox makes a lot of promises, and they have not delivered in years, guys, in years. So they really got to turn the ship around, deliver on your promises. There are no excuses now. You have the studios, you have the IP, you have the money. You should be able to do this with ease. It really shouldn't be a challenge. So yeah, I hope we see the 4 first-party games a year, but I don't know if that'll even happen in terms of a quality level, but I'm willing to give them a chance. I'm willing to give them a chance. I'm certainly willing to give Starfield, you know, a chance. I really want to see this game thrive. I'm actually looking forward to it. I want to see what they've created, and I'll be jumping into that as soon as it is available for us, as I really don't think they're going to give me an early access code, even though I have applied for it, but no hard feelings if it doesn't happen, given that I'm not really a Starfield content creator. So it makes sense that they would probably aim that towards somebody who is. But let me know what you guys think. Are you sold on Microsoft's vision, on their ability to give you 4 first-party games a year that are good or at all? Do you think they'll even be able to deliver 4 first-party games in general? And how are you feeling about Starfield? Are you excited for it? Do you think it has to be excellent? Do you feel like it could just be good? Do you feel like it doesn't really matter or make a difference for Team Xbox? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you did not enjoy the video, hit the dislike button. Subscribe if you're new, and share the video to keep the community informed. I thank you all for watching. Take care.